So, I don't know, like, 4:20 a.m. I wake up from a really weird dream. I was living in Melbourne again, and the government ended up causing some sort of earthquake that sunk the apartment where I used to live. It sunk all 3 floors of it down into the earth, so it was a little bit below the earth's surface. And then I woke up and on an invisible plane, I felt a hand touching my arm, and I've sensed as though the hand had suckers on it, like, and but it was a soft touch, and obviously a female, and sort of went away after it had touched my arm, and I'm like, well, that's comforting, a sort of alienish sense in some sort of invisible plane. I'm like, you wouldn't want to be attacked by that, but it makes me think that there's like ghosts in the house that are like want to be aliens, and sometimes I think my mom has an alien behind her head. It's my speculation, but I don't really like aliens. I don't like feeling invisible things touch my arm, but you know they're invisible. You open your eyes, you can't see anything, but I feel like it could have been some sort of ghost or something, but so I've been awake since then and watching some music. I'm surprised the sun's up so early, but yeah. It's not very comforting to sense that. So I thought I'd talk about it. Other things I've sensed when I'm here, like the curtains rustle, but I think those are the rustlings of some mice that run around. But sometimes they do move, and I can't see any mice, but I always blame the little mice that run around. So I'm thinking, oh wow, there's a mouse running around and rustling the curtain. But if it's not a mouse, if it's like just an invisible rustle, that could have been like some sort of weird thing that happens, you know? And once, when I first came here, I was sleeping on an airbed, and it had no puncture, but it was deflating. And this is after I was feeling like when I'm going to sleep, I'm sort of sensing screams and scratches. And this is when I first came. And when I wake up one day, the airbed had no puncture in it, but it had deflated like 100% while I had been asleep. So that could have been, it could have been like deflated by something invisible that seemed to be scratchy. And I felt at one stage a spirit hovering over me that was like a female, and I blamed it from having to escape my mom's body. But when I was sort of in semi-consciousness, but still sort of asleep, I like it hovering over my head was making me feel like it had some sort of energy that was helping to try and pull, like, something that sort of stuck in my belly. It felt like it was like trying to, it had the right energy to try and get it pulled out, sort of thing. So it was sort of felt like it was being nudged to come out of my body, and it was quite a painful sensation. I woke up like crying, but it would have been great relief to have some sort of that thing pulled out, because I feel like I do have something in there that could use to be pulled out. And then if it gets pulled out, it's like having some sort of abortion on some weird spiritual plane. So if it gets pulled out, I might not like have this feeling where I'm like a thermometer and from having something inside, and so it might relieve me of feeling heart murmurs and things, because in the past quite a few years, I feel like I'm a thermometer, like I have something inside of me that makes me feel heart murmurs. And so if it hadn't been pulled out, but if it had been, like I sensed that it could have been, I sensed that it would have decreased that thermometer feeling, like the feeling that I'm getting a heart murmur from my stomach or something, and it makes me feel like, yeah. So and then another thing, I woke up once, and this is like, and I felt like there was like a masculine energy, and I blamed the house for having it. And anyway, I was sort of laying on my stomach sleeping, and then when I woke up, I felt like something was like, wanting to have sex, or was, and from behind. And then when I was waking up, it sort of flew off really quickly and trailed off into the ceiling. So, and then there are mice in the walls and things that sound like they're scratching from the ceilings and scratching behind the walls. So, and there's all the sensations. And then today, this morning, I woke up and I felt something was touching my arm, like just almost caressing it before it ran off. So those are all my freaky invisible feelings, pretty much, that I've had since I've come here. And it doesn't make me feel at ease. It makes me feel like I'm sick of living here. And I wish I had gone to that interview the other day, because if I had gotten it, I'd be working 11 hours a day and getting over $300 a day, rather than, $600 a week. I'd be getting, I mean, it's only a 6-month job, but I could use that kind of money. But I've already got a work from home position, and I wasn't sure. I just wigged out, whatever. I just pretty much wigged out. And when someone wanted to visit our house, it stopped me from preparing myself to get ready, and I was sort of depressed, and then just made an excuse not to get ready. So I wigged out. In the end, I could have gotten ready despite the fact that someone had visited, but it threw me off from slowly preparing, and I didn't go. and I wish I had, but I'm not sure if I would have gotten it, but the opportunity to go had been opened and I didn't go, so and I was nervous because I was nervous, okay, and I just didn't think I would get the job anyways, so. But if I had, I could use that money. I wish I had gone. And I'm like going, I wish I had. No, it's just in my head. I wish I had gone to that interview. Because I have a feeling that I could use the money really badly. So that was silly of me, wasn't it? Silly of me not to go. But if it's a violent kind of job, I wouldn't have wanted it anyways. But if it's not violent and it's good, and if I can do the job that I'm doing from home on my mobile, I should have gone. That's like, if I'd gone, I'd be earning $300 a day, 5 days a week. So that's $1,500 a week. I'm like going, why didn't I go? I just don't think I would get it, but when they contacted me later, they're like, why didn't you go to your interview? That was like your interview set up for you, and you're like going, sorry. Someone went to visit the house and I'd been waiting for them, and I'm like going, that's stupid. Like, I'm not saying that I would get the job, but just it's just a job interview made for you. If I had gotten a job, I would be very pleasured. But that's 11 hours a day anyways, and I've got a heart murmur, and I'm not sure if I can handle 11 hours a day, but I do want to try. Isn't that silly of me? Silly of me not to go. But if it's violent in any ways, like some jobs aim to be, I'd be like, I'm sure it's not violent though. I'm sure it's perfect, and I should have gone, despite it being, whatever. But who cares? I've got an $850 job from home. Boo. Well, actually, I'm in trial with that job, so I'm in trial with that job. But who cares, right? There'll be other jobs. It was only a 6-month job anyways, just to give you the credit paycheck for 6 months, really. See, I'm still kicking myself. It's like running through my mind before I go to sleep. And I'm like going, I should have gone. Because I get sick of, I'm kind of feeling more like I want to run away from here, and I just don't have the money backing me up, and I could use 6 months of that kind of raw wage, and I'm like kicking myself going, stupid, and everyone's gonna call me stupid for not having gone, but who cares, right? So I'll just have to just sit here ignoring on my guilt, on my regret of not going. On the upside, I do have a work from home position. So far, I've earned $50 in 2 weeks. It's not really as much, is it? But I was told I get a bonus next week. I don't know how much it is. I'm hoping $50. The work from home position is the longer lasting one, I think, but if I get it, it's gonna give me $8.50 a week. My dilemmas, my money dilemmas, that's the only thing I have, money dilemmas.